player down here. I do not play Zerg unless I'm playing random, and I usually 6 pool because I don't know Zerg that well. I know Zerg, but definitely not well enough. So anyways, this time I'm using what I would consider the race that I want to be my main race, Protoss. You're going to notice I'm definitely make some mistakes, but my opponent really does not macro. Very, very key thing here, he does not macro. So really have to be careful about that. Macro, like, I can't stress that enough. Like, anybody who's in bronze or silver, I can guarantee you that if you have really good macro, you're suddenly going to start winning 5 times as many games. Okay, maybe not a set number like 5 times, but you're really going to win more games. There we go. Did I scout that? I hope I did. I don't know if I actually managed to scout his... No, I didn't actually scout his spawning pool going down, so that's why I checked to see if he was... I saw that drone run out, so I went to check if he was... No, maybe I don't know what I did. Anyways, he kills my... That was really well the way he just happened to surround it and kill it. That was quite lucky on his part. Very good timing. Whatever you want to say. Anyways, I've decided to not go a good build against Zerg. I'm going to try and do a 3-gate expand build, but yeah, I don't really pull it off too well, just to be clear right now. As you can see, forgetting to build probes every now and again, so that's where my main mistake is so far, but he's really, really doing bad on his macro. He's doing 1-bait roach play, which actually does catch me completely off guard, because I can't get that scout in there. Don't have that scout in there, can't figure that out. As you can see, sending in another scout, but I don't actually send it into his main anytime soon. So that's another big mistake of mine. Oh, will it die? No, it won't. Anyways, damn it, I do not scout into his main for whatever reason. So now he's doing sort of the 7 roach bust, is what people like to call it. The other good thing about going 3-gate is you're actually going to have enough resources that you can have units to defend off the 7-gate or 7 roach bust. Otherwise, it can be very, very, very hard to defend against if you haven't scouted, which I have not. So as you can see, throwing down a dying force field, but misplaced. Thankfully, he doesn't realize that. Or maybe roaches are too fat to get up. And lucky for me that I just managed to get enough force fields out in time to get out some stalkers enough to defend. I have a lot of problem getting my gateways up compared to having units. It's really annoying. There we go. He's gonna back out. He might have been able to take that on, but it's hard to say because I had the defender's advantage, and as you know, range of where's their range? There we go, range of 6, whereas roaches I think only have a range of 4. Yeah, so those stalkers really outrange, and of course I push that off and expand right away. This is where the macro really comes in. He really should be droning hardcore right now. I don't know if he just expects me to attack or what, but really if I was him, I would just pump out a round full of drones, every single arbor he could. There we go. A little bit later than I would have liked. Maybe he was low on the money and I didn't realize that. Now, of course, when you're doing the 3-gate expand, 2 more gateways with your expansion, and then I've decided to get a Stargate. The Stargate, I placed it down really early in terms of, you know, it will hurt my ability to produce units for a little while, but I'm not too worried. Considering that I realized that he did that 1 base play, I'm not worried about his macro, and I know that I can sort of be a little off on that, because I want to start getting out some Phoenix when I can, so that I can gain that map control. You know, and for some weird reason, you know, if I was playing against a very good player, I would have completely lost, because I'm just going pure gateway. I'm going, you know, I'm going to go into Blink Stalkers, but I'm going a very, very heavy sentry build. One thing I forget to do though, when you're doing Blink Stalker build, you want to have it set so your health bars are always on. As you can see, lots of scouting, making sure he's not taking bases, because I expect Zerg to take bases. But anyways, you want to leave health bars to always on with Blink Stalkers, and I forgot. I left them at when selected. So, you know, the problem is you can't see, like, you've got to individually micro every stalker back with Blink Stalkers. So the problem is if you select them all, well then you've got to click on one again to, you know, to micro them back, but then you don't know which other ones are low in health. So I'm taking the 2 watchtowers. I don't expect them to sneak anything by my vision of the watchtowers, so that's why I'm really confident in just sitting on the watchtower with my army, sitting near his base. Of course, these Phoenixes looking for overlords that are in positions to scout, so that way I can get some free kills. Sadly, none. Start doing some upgrades, put them on really late. Didn't think I really needed them. They would have really cut back on being able to produce tech and units. I get out the robo only for the observer. That's really the only reason why I end up getting it out. I really wasn't planning on going Colossi. I'm just planning on, especially seeing that he's going with those, like, sure, he might be going to Roach Hydra, but I know that with good force fields, you can just own Roach Hydra anyways. And lucky for me, my Phoenix and my May army pick off those mutas because they were on attack move. Big mistake. Oh, maybe they weren't. I don't know. Oh, those Phoenix just missed those because they weren't on attack move. But yeah, mutas, I like the fact that he was trying to use mutas to really throw me off, try and use my weaknesses, but because I'm maintaining this high level of map control, he can't do that. Those mutas don't allow him to do that. Because I've brought out these Phoenixes, because I'm taking the watchtowers, because of all of this, as you can see Blink finally coming down, using my chrono boost on, well, whatever I can, because what else can I use it on? Yeah, and now I'm gonna decide to make it a better idea of a wall here. Really not the best idea if I think about this though, because if the Zerg player comes in and attacks right here, sure, it keeps them from coming in and spreading out, but at the same time, my units trapped behind here can't do as much. So really this doesn't help. You know, if I'd put them out here, maybe that would be a lot better. Anyways, as you can see, I just took the gold. I was like, screw this. Why would I take a weak expansion when I can get the gold? Busted down those rocks early, if you noticed. Of course, getting lots of sentries with lots of energy. But if you noticed, early in that game, after that attack, I started to attack that initial roach push. I just started attacking these rocks. I know that I have vision, so I can always retreat back to my base if I need to. Kill rocks that you want dead later in the game. Kill them early in the game with early units. There's no point in having them sit at your base if your opponent's not doing anything. Of course, there we go, finally expanding. Of course, I'm having some chit-chat telling him, you need to macro, buddy. Now he's doing the Roach Hydra build. If you look, I'm just going to spam force fields to such a degree that none of those units could attack. As you can see now, you can see some blinkage happening, blinking stalkers to the back. Not sending them back to fight though, which is a problem. And of course, those, when you just have like a ton of force fields, that's what you do, is you just completely split up their army. You take off a quarter of their army at a time, just a tiny bit. You don't cut it in half. You just like take a quarter off. And then you make nice wide force fields. The great thing, Sentry-Stalker combo, awesome, because these Stalkers have that range of 6. If we look at the range of, where's the Hydralisk? There we go. Hydralisk has range 5. Can't even outrange the Stalker. And then you throw up those force fields. Those Stalkers are already, those Hydras always are in the back. They always end up being in the back. The Roaches always end up being in the front. So pretty much it's a guaranteed win. If you just, the Stalker like sentry build, it's just very powerful. You know, I really am starting to say that PvZ is an insanely easy matchup, and that probably is going to lead to some minor tweaks to PvZ. I'm sort of expecting Zerg to get buffed again. I don't think Protoss really needs to get nerfed, because I still have a lot of trouble with my PvT, and I find that with Terran there's still some, you know, it's still a very difficult game, and I feel that making units weaker or nerfing the force fields could potentially make it too hard. PvT, sorry. So anyways, there we go. That was my second game. Once again, you know, I made a lot of mistakes, but my opponent's really not macroing in both games, really showing you the importance of macro. And interestingly enough, he canceled this. I didn't kill it. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's a drone, not a larva. He canceled that, which, you know what? When you're being attacked, in some ways, yes, cancel your building so you can have the minerals to build stuff, but at this point in the game, I think he would have been better keeping that, because he needs that economy if he does win this battle. But he doesn't. So yeah, hopefully there you guys go, have some fun. I'm sorry if there's any Zerg players who watch my channel, but you're probably not going to get that much excitement out of my channel, because I do not play Zerg. It's a neat race, you know, and I show games with Zerg in it, but I do not play games, but I do not play Zerg, and I do not focus on Zerg. But for everyone else, trying to give some Terran some love with the previous video, because I know I haven't been doing a lot of Terran stuff lately. And of course, Protoss, my Protoss, there we go, throwing some more Protoss videos down and showing you some awesome stuff, hopefully. Have fun and stay tuned.